Do you recommend, are there specific types of people that should still go to school and benefit from that if it is a low cost, or should they just avoid it altogether?
No. That's a very good question, because the question is, what do you want to become? You want to be an employee, go to school, go to McGill, go to Harvard, go to Stanford. Do you know?
Yeah.
You want to be an entrepreneur, I don't know where you go. So the way I learned that was when I graduated from the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy right here on Long Island. We're the highest paid graduates in the world. Back then there were still ships at sea. Now that all the ships are gone because of our wages are too high.
Right.
So back in 1969 when I graduated, I was making $47,000 a year. Back then, it was huge money.
That was a lot, yeah.
And then when I graduated, I was making $47,000 a year. It was huge money.
That was a lot, yeah.
And then my other class was making $120 a year because they were driving bomb carriers into Vietnam. And so they were in the zone for, I think, 18 months and was all tax-free. So you're a 22-year-old kid making $120K a year, tax-free. You did 2 or 3 trips, you're finished. 2 or 3 years, you're out. But I went to Standard Oil. And then I went to fly for the Marine Corps. And the number one asset is real estate. That's the game, it's debt taxes. So every time I make money in the B quadrant as a % bracket, I then move my money into real estate and I pay no taxes.
Yep.
And that's the game. So I get the whole tax system of capitalism is designed to make you richer. But our schools will never teach you that, which is the battle today between you academics who are E's and S's for most sakes. And then you have the B's and the I's. Their skill sets, their mindsets, their beings, their spirits are different. So when they kick...
One day start their business and they understand now, because you're here, that the school system that they're currently in is not going to provide them that. Or let's say a parent is watching and they know that their student is going to be part of the STEM field, let's say. What should they do? Should they go out there and drop out like I did and try to start their business and take that risk?
They're misinforming and miseducating. Look, the biggest thing for an entrepreneur is you've got to learn how to make mistakes. And the school punishes you for making mistakes. Second, you have to operate in a team. Everybody talks about team, except in school. If you take tests as a team, you're called cheaters.
Yeah.
So just those two mind constructs. The average guy goes out there afraid of making a mistake and starts a business and makes a mistake, obviously. And they don't have a team.
Gotcha.
And the odds are stacked against them.
Yep.
So my wife and I started with a bookkeeper. Why a bookkeeper? Because the number one thing an entrepreneur must have is accurate records. If you're an entrepreneur, you don't need a UBI. You don't even need a job. Think about that. See, that's where you're going right now. You will eventually never need a job and you'll never need money if you keep pushing the boundaries of your mental abilities. That's called the infinite return.
Yeah.
When I write a book, I have no money in the deal, and I collect money for the rest of my life.
The royalties.
Yep.
Yeah, royalty, that's what Richard Branson did, basically, by licensing.
That's what Trump does also.
That's what Trump does as well.
That's what Bezos does also.
How does Bezos do that?
Well, he has a company that he has all these millions of people working for him. The money keeps coming in.
You see,
and then he floats it on the stock market, which is all free money. He wouldn't become a billionaire if he was selling just Amazon. He floated it on Wall Street.
Yeah.
And that's the game. It's on the B and the I side, not the E and the S side.